Sup, chodes? Welcome back to my podcast. I don't know what we're calling this anymore. It used to be called Off the McBeaten Path, but maybe because I can't say the name of my own goddamn podcast, maybe that won't be it. Open to suggestions in the comments if you'd like to name the podcast. I would be interested to hear what you have to say. Right now it's called Small Brain Pod. Not married to that. So anyways, yeah, leave a comment and let me know what you want it to be called. Let's see. Oh, the reason I haven't uploaded in 11 fucking months is because I lost the email address associated with this account. Yeah, really on some small brain shit. So I was recording podcasts in a lot of countries I was in as I was traveling. Like once a month I would do a podcast. But they got lost in the ether because I was not able to fucking upload them. So they've just been sitting on an SD card. And now I'm finally getting around to it. So this one's from India. Yeah, it's an old ass podcast, but it's still interesting. One thing that you should note is I fucked up the camera. I think I deleted the video off the camera. So this one has no video. I'm trying to do a cute little visualizer for you guys to keep you fucking engaged in your little ADD brains. But this podcast is available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts, ? Maybe give it a quick Goog, see if it's on there right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to give you a little briefer on what I've been up to, what's going on with the podcast. If you haven't, please subscribe. I really could use the help trying to get this channel monetized. And yeah, share it with your friends. I think it's good shit. It's good stories. It's a good time. Also, I had another technical issue while recording this podcast. I think the fucking little piece of shit mic died that I have that takes AAA batteries. They must have died on me as I was recording. So I picked it back up recording on my phone. Doesn't really fucking matter. But I was in the middle of a story about Iraq and like the purity culture over there and like how people have sex, how they date. So randomly, it'll just pick right back up in a conversation. It's like a minute and a half in just about anal sex, about how guys are doing girls in the butts in Iraq because they don't do it in the puss because that would mean they're not pure, really on some Catholic shit. But I just want to brief you on that just so you have a little context. It's a bit strange. It comes out of left field. So yeah, just be prepared for that. Anyways, guys, enjoy the podcast and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, and also one more thing. You're about to see the first Small Brain American logo on the podcast player screen. I'm super excited about it. It's about to be on some t-shirts. They're going to drop in a couple weeks. They're going to go on Patreon first. So if you want first access, it's going to be a limited drop. Go join the Patreon. The lowest tier is $3 a month. So not to worry. It's not crazy expensive and you'll get first access to that shit. I think it's going to be really dope, really awesome. I'm finally doing merch, guys, and I'm so excited. I'm really happy with how the logo came out. So anyways, yeah, go join the Patreon if you want access to the merch. Anyways, enjoy the podcast. Bye-bye. Greetings, humans, and welcome to another episode of Off the McBeaten Path. Today we are on a rooftop in Delhi, India. Isn't it grand? This is like the first actual background we've had for a podcast. So this is pretty fucking sweet. Thanks for coming along. Guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the second channel. We're really trying to get this thing off the ground, as well as the first channel. We're also still in the startup phase, so I would really appreciate any help with subscribing, commenting, liking, all that good stuff. So, anyways, guys, last I talked to you, we were in Baghdad, Iraq with Nolan. That was quite the adventure. We had some weird experiences there, but overall, I had a really good time. Let's see. I'm trying to catch you guys up. It's been about a month since we last spoke. I've been to Pakistan and India since we last spoke. So I really wanted to go to Iran, but with the whole protest thing and the fact that it takes about 2 months for Americans to get visas, along with the fact that even if I got the visa, the goddamn tour guide would cost like $1,100 for 7 days, which I literally do not have. So I'm like, might as well keep sending it, take a cheeky flight. And had to skip Iran, so hopefully we'll get that on the next go around. But yeah, dude, flew into India, and all right, I'm gonna record the rest on my phone because apparently my fucking mic died. So, anyways, yeah, dude, I met guys in Iraq that said they've had sex with 25 plus girls, all anal sex, all of them. They've never had sex in the vagina. That is so fucking crazy to me, because in the West, it's like, obviously, I don't have to tell you guys, but it's like you kind of work up to anal. Like, that's the thing you do with like your girlfriend that trusts you and everything. But no, they're like, dude, first date, like, fucking put it in her ass, dude. It's so crazy to me, bro. It's so crazy to me. It's so different. And like, that's like one of those things where you would never predict that's going on. Like, I just imagine, okay, if they're like virgins before marriage, it means they're not having sex. They're like holding hands, whatever. It's like G-rated, but I didn't think it was gonna be like some hardcore fucking anal, bro. That is so crazy to me. That's fucking bizarre, man. Jesus Christ. Well, all right. Let's see what else we got on the docket. Yeah, so the whole saga with Ahmed, I want you guys to realize, is like part of a bigger picture of like how I travel. I always show up to a place and I'm very open-minded. I'm very receptive to how they do things. I'm just like, fuck it, let's just go with it. Let's just see what happens. And that's exactly what we did. The first video from Iraq was like super loose, super relaxed. And then the next one where we met Ahmed, also very relaxed. I was just super open to the experience. And then like later we went home with Seal, no homo, and he was like explaining all the things that Ahmed was doing wrong. Like, he's a bad guy, like he was manipulating us, blah, blah, blah. And then I rewatched the video and I'm like, I started to put the pieces together. I was like, yeah, dude, this guy's kind of fucked, man. Like, this guy's an asshole. Like, what did he actually want from us? And so the next day we like had our guard up. We did not leave the hotel one time. We were like sketched out that he knew where we lived. We just felt really uncomfortable, man. And then the next few days, like, an American got killed in Baghdad. It was like it was the first American to die in Baghdad in 5 years. The first American to get killed in 5 years. It was like a botched kidnapping, and he got killed. And just that combined with the Ahmed thing, I was like, dude, fuck this. Like, let's just relax. Let's not trust people. And we had our guard up a little bit for the rest of the time. And I feel like that happens to me all the time, dude. Like, I was living in Colombia, same shit, dude. I was like super open to everybody, and then I got robbed, right? And then I like gained the trust back, and then someone got killed outside of my apartment. It's just stuff like that. I find is like a constant cycle with me, man. So yeah, dude, it's all just part of the travel experience. It's like very much a learning curve still. I mean, I've been to almost 30 countries, and I'm still like definitely learning how to travel, where I feel like I just need to show up to a place and not trust people too much, and also be open to the idea of like, okay, this is probably like really some complicated shit going on that I'm not going to be able to summarize in like one paragraph. You know what I mean? So yeah. All right, so after Iraq, I went to India. I was going to fly into Pakistan, but the goddamn visa was taking so long. It took like 3 weeks. So I was like, fuck this. I'm not going to wait it out in Iraq. I'm going to fly to India, right? So I flew into India, and that's where we are right now, if you didn't know. And it's an extremely dirty place. Extremely dirty, man. Like, easily the dirtiest place I've ever been in my life. I mean, just now, the platform this tripod's sitting on, there's a thick layer of dust just covering, here, I'll show you, just covering everything. Yeah, it's just, it's everywhere, dude. It's everywhere. It's disgusting. I mean, if you like leave your motorbike sitting out for like a few hours, it's going to be covered in dust. And that dust, you might be curious, is fucking pollution. It's toxins from like fossil fuels, people burning plastic, people just burning their garbage, just people burning fucking everything. It's just a filthy city, man. You walk outside, there's like vomit all over the street. There's like stray dogs, like just shitting on the floor. There's like, you know, cows just walking around eating garbage. The air has this like sour, gross, like stale smell to it. I don't know if you can see behind us. Today's actually not so bad, I gotta be honest. But usually there's like this thick cloud of dust that just covers the entire city constantly. And like it hasn't rained here in a month. So like the dust is just being stirred up all the time. So it's some shit, man. It's fucking disgusting, if I'm being 100% honest with you. Like, people recommended I stay in like the bougie areas of New Delhi. They're like, oh yeah, you're gonna want to stay here. It's like clean, it's safe, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, dude, I want to like go hardcore. I want to like see what Delhi actually is, and that's where we are, guys. Honestly, bro, for like the first few days, it was nice, but it's fucking gross. And like literally, my lungs are feeling it. Like, I have like a sore throat from breathing in this dust. It's like big fucking chunks of dust. It's like sand in the air, dude. Like, I was walking on the street the other day, and I literally started having like a coughing fit because I inhaled like big sand particles. I mean, it's like a sandstorm here. It's fucking disgusting, dude. I don't know how people live here, man. Like, and this is the worst time of the year for the pollution because there's all this like fire in the north and the clouds are flowing down south or whatever. I'm not a fucking weatherman, but it's like, this is the worst time. And so like a lot of people are getting sick, dude. Like, I was staying in Pakistan where the pollution is also really bad over there, and tons of people were getting sick. Like every person in this house I was staying at was sick. And they're like, oh, it's because it's cold. Oh, it's because you're not wearing a jacket. Oh, it's because you drink cold water. It makes you sick. And I'm looking it up, and all that, it's bullshit. It's just the pollution, dude. It just makes people sick. And it just happens every year. And they've like created these false things to blame for what is clearly happening via pollution. I guess I just don't want to admit it. I don't know. I'm not really in a position to be like, oh, wag my finger and like say they should move, because a lot of people are poor here, man. It's not like I'm going to tell them to fucking pack up their whole life and move because there's like toxic death clouds in the air, although that's probably what they should hear. I was looking it up, and fucking it like takes 2 to 5 years off people's lives. Don't quote me on that. I'm not fucking Sanjay Gupta, but I wonder where he's from, actually. I wonder if he's from Delhi. But motherfucking, I don't know, dude. I'm not really in a position to lecture people. Me personally, I'm like, I'm ready to get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, these toxic fucking death clouds. Yeah, they say, like, I was watching a documentary on it, and like this pulmonary surgeon, I think, is that even a thing? I think I just made that up. But this guy that works on people's lungs will tear them open, and like, there's no normal lungs in Delhi because everyone's breathing in this fucking dust. It's disgusting, dude. Ugh. So anyways, yeah, I'm very eager to get out of Delhi. So basically I flew into Delhi, and then I took a bus to Lahore, Pakistan, because the visa came in. I was like, fuck it. I paid all this money for the visa. It was like $130. I was like, fuck it. I might as well go to Pakistan. So I had this friend I met on Couchsurfing in London, and he plugged me in with a ton of his friends in Pakistan, and I stayed there for 11 days. And guess how much money I spent in 11 days? If you've already seen the videos, don't fucking spoil it. But if you were to guess, right, like a cheap country, maybe like $20 a day, $25 a day, $15 a day, $10 a day. No. In 11 days, I think I spent $5 in total. And then I met like a religious leader who was receiving donations, and he gave me back $5. So basically, I am neutral. I did not spend any money in 11 days in Pakistan. Not a goddamn dollar. I just spent the $130 on the visa, but we're not going to count that. Yeah, unreal. Like, my money was not any good there. Like, the saying is 100% true in Pakistan. I could not get away with spending any money. There's actually a video on my channel. Guys, if you haven't, please subscribe. Please support your boy. Trying to make some internet money. Trying to live the dream out here. There's a video on my channel where I'm like looking for an ATM. And they're like, no. No ATM for you. You're not spending any money. We're going to give you chai. We're going to give you banana milkshakes. We're going to give you street food, everything. I think I had like 5 chais that day because every person I saw, they're like, come here, drink a chai. So by the end of the day, I was like fucking gone on the chai, dude. Like, head was spinning, nauseous, just fucking lit on this chai, dude. God damn. Man, Pakistan was a good time, dude. And you know what, man? Pakistan, Iraq, 2 places that people warn me about. They're like, oh, Taliban, ISIS, blah, blah, blah. And not to say those things don't exist. They do. They do exist in those countries. But the vast majority of people live normal-ass lives. Fucking surprise. And I didn't encounter any of that. I didn't feel unsafe at any time in either of those countries. Nothing but good vibes, except for Ahmed. But Pakistan was the same as Iraq, dude. Just like insanely generous people. I couldn't even pay for a hotel room. Like, people were like, no, you're staying with me. I'm cooking you all your meals. I'm driving you everywhere. I'm going to show you my city. I cannot wait to show you Pakistan. Right? I think it was even a heightened level to Iraq. Like, it was better than Iraq, man, as far as hospitality. Like, money was no good there. But I feel like there is a downside to that. Like, people were so eager to show me their country that they wanted to show me what they wanted to show me, right? And that sounds really obvious, but like, I enjoy solo traveling. I enjoy like getting off the beaten path. I love to like see things for myself, right? Like craft my own narrative, like meet strangers in the streets. And when people are so like hands-on with showing you their country, it's really hard to like have those experiences. So like, it was almost like I was being babysat the whole time, which honestly was a little annoying. I really wanted to go out and like explore like local areas and like, no, you want to go here, here, here. I'll drive you. I'll pay for everything. And that's a really hard offer to turn down. That's a really hard offer to say no to. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. And I feel like I ended up doing some really cool shit. I hung out with Guftar, like this really rich guy who's inherited all this money from like, he's like direct descendant of Prophet Muhammad, and like his ancestors are very important people in Islam. So that was fucking cool. That was something that was very unique, and I'm really glad that happened. But a lot of other stuff that happened, I was just like, dude, like, relax. Like, I don't know, just, I don't want to get too specific. I don't want to put anybody on blast because I'm really grateful for all the hospitality. But there was a few times where I was just like, dude, I don't need, like, I was hanging out with one guy, and I was like in the shower, and he's like knocking on the door like, hey man, someone's here to see you. And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking busy. Like, I'm in the bathroom, I'm like getting ready, like I'm trying to have some personal time. And I feel like the fact that I was staying at his house, he was able to. So yeah, I feel like they used the fact that I was staying with them and I was in their home, always around them, to like control every bit of my experience, which I guess that's what the offer was, right? Like, it's totally fair for them to do that. But after like a few days, I was just like, damn, dude, this is just so much. This is not what I'm used to at all. And it got a bit overwhelming. Like, I was not able to like have any autonomy over my experience. And I was just kind of like at the whim of whoever I was staying with. Like, I would wake up like thinking I had a free day to like edit videos or like maybe do something on my own, explore the city. And they're like, no, we have plans. Like, we're going to meet this guy this time. We're going to meet this guy this time. And then we're going to have dinner with these people. We're going to get drinks with these people. And I'm just like, God damn, dude. Like, I feel like I have no say at all over what's going on, you know? It was just too much, man. It's just not how I prefer to travel. So 11 days was plenty in Pakistan. Not to say I didn't have a good time there. I had a fucking amazing time, but it was just a very intense, very like potent travel experience. And by the end I was fucking so exhausted, dude. And honestly, man, I got some really, really bad food poisoning in Pakistan, like some of the worst of my life. And it was from a goddamn kebab. A fucking kebab sandwich. I did not learn my lesson from Poland. I was deathly ill, dude. Like, I was staying with Guftar, and his family like owns all this property all over Pakistan, and they put me up. Like, they have a fucking compound in like the city south of Lahore, like houses, mosques, shrines, cemeteries, like everything. It's like a little town inside of their walls that they own. And so they gave me a house for the weekend, or for the night. They let me stay in my own house, like a 2-bedroom apartment, or no, a fucking 2-bedroom house with a patio and a kitchen and a dining room and like a sitting room. And it was insane. It was a very nice accommodation. And they put me up in there, and I just fucking destroyed that place with my vomit. I felt so bad, dude. I woke up in the middle of the night and I knew I had to throw up. Like, you know the feeling where it's like, okay, this has to exit my body one way or the other. But I was fighting it, dude. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go back to sleep. I did the classic thing, dude. I did the same thing as I did on the bus in Poland. I was like, I'm just gonna try to sleep it off and hopefully it just goes away. And sure enough, it didn't. It's a good strategy though. I mean, it's decent. It's just like, I don't want to deal with this right now. I'm just gonna go back to sleep. But I woke up at like 2-3 in the morning and just violently chunked everywhere. It was the kind of throwing up where the next day you're sore. The next 2 or 3 days you're sore. Like, your whole core, your sides, your obliques, your fucking esophagus is just fucking shredded, dude. And not in the good way. It was so bad, dude. And I texted Guftar in the middle of the night. I was like, dude, do you have anything, like any medicine, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, dude, all the stores are closed, but I will send one of my like men in to watch you all night. So one of his drivers came in and just watched me all night, dude. He was like just sitting by my bedside, making sure I didn't like choke on my own vomit or I don't really know why he was there, but it was really nice to have somebody. It was like being sick at your mom's house, like someone just there to take care of you. It was fucking top notch. So shout out to Guftar, shout out to Hussein, the guys that took care of me, man. They were like giving me medicine in the morning when the pharmacy opened up. They were like giving me water and ice cubes, and it was a brutal experience, dude. I felt like I was at war. Like, I had not thrown up that hard since I drank ayahuasca in the fucking forest in Colombia. But yeah, that was brutal, dude, and that knocked me out for like 3-4 days, man. And getting back to the hospitality thing, right? I was really, really sick, man. Could barely walk, didn't really want to talk to anybody, didn't have any energy to do anything, no appetite. I was still like getting sick intermittently throughout the next day. And Guftar insisted we like go meet these people. He's like, oh yeah, come to this. You know, meet this guy. And it's just like, dude, I am not in a position to meet people right now. Like, I am so tired. I just want to lay down. I need a fucking Liquid IV. Liquid IV, please sponsor this video. Because I feel like with the frequency with which I get food poisoning, you might as well. It'll be very organic marketing. I was like, dude, I just don't have the energy for any of this. And he's like showing me around all these people and like showing me off. Oh, look, this American guy's coming to visit me. And like, it was just too much, man. And that Pakistani hospitality at a certain point is just like, bro, like just pump the brakes, man, relax. Like, if you actually care about my well-being and you care about like how I view your country, like you'll just fucking ease off, dude. You know, but I think they're like so aggressively like, and that's another thing with people in this part of the world, they're very pushy. They're very pushy in India and Pakistan. Like if they want you to get in a cab, they'll be very pushy. If like anytime someone's trying to pay at a restaurant, they'll just like throw the money in someone's face. They'll like shove past you in line. And I feel like part of that is just where I am geographically in the country. I've only been in North India and North Pakistan. So it could be like a regional thing. It also could be a city thing. You know, just by the fact of being in a big city, it's like people compare to New York to fucking Kansas or whatever. So I'm not saying everyone in this part of the world is like that, but that was my experience. Like people are extremely pushy, and I'm trying to tell people like, and dude, also like the next day I had plans with someone else. Like we're supposed to go out to dinner, and then we're supposed to get drinks, and then do a bike ride in the morning. And I told him, dude, I was like, dude, I do not feel good. Like I'm not going to be feeling good tomorrow for this bike ride and everything and this party. And I'm like, I can't drink alcohol. And he's like, okay, well just let me know in the morning. I was like, dude, I'm letting you know right now. Like I'm not coming. And I just feel like he couldn't really take no for an answer. And you know, the most charitable interpretation of that is like, he wants me to have a good time in his country. He wants to show me around. He wants to make sure I like see the best parts of it. But at the end of the day, like if I'm telling you I don't want to go, I don't want to go. It's really that simple. Like I'm fucking sick. I can't help this. And to be honest, dude, like getting sick was probably like one of the best things that could have happened, because it allowed me to like give people a really good reason. Like, hey bro, relax. Like I just need some alone time. I need to fucking not leave my hotel room or my fucking penthouse suite or wherever the fuck I was staying for like 3 whole days. And I feel like they were just not prepared for that answer. Like I got some passive aggressive texts where people were upset with me for like not joining them for all the plans I had made without my even consent. Like I didn't even say I wanted to do this shit. And they're just like, yeah, we're going to do this. You're going to meet these people, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, I guess it was kind of a blessing in disguise where I could just like fucking relax and like have my own personal space for a few days. So yeah, one thing I will say, if you're going to come to this part of the world, just be ready, dude. Like you have to like develop your boundaries really firmly. Like, number one, know the prices of things. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter in Pakistan because you're not going to spend any fucking money. But know the prices of things before you come here. Do a little research on Google. And just have your nose ready. Like, be ready to say no to a lot of people. Like, it's really nice to be whisked away and to, like, do that thing for a few days. But after a while, like, me personally, I just need to, like, have my own space, make my own choices, pay for my own shit. It was just a little too much for me, man. So yeah, if you come to this part of the world, just be ready. Like, you can't be pushed around here, man. You have to be really firm. And I feel like it's kind of changing me being here. Like, I push past people in line. Like, I'm a much harsher negotiator. Like, I just tell people no a lot more. It feels good, honestly. Like, I feel a lot sturdier as a man, like, having, like, firmer boundaries around people that are, like, constantly trying to, you know, impede on those boundaries. So yeah, just be ready, dude. It's an intense part of the world, I gotta say. And yeah, it was kind of fucked, dude, because I felt like me being sick was like an inconvenience to them. Like their plans that they had made for me, their friends, their like ego, like they want to show a white guy from America a good time. It was almost like they just quit considering my well-being and like my own like safety. I don't want to be too dramatic, but like I was so fucking sick, guys. And they were just, it was kind of all about them at that point. And like they wanted to like be the guy that has the foreign tourist that's staying with them and is loving it and blah, blah, blah. It almost seemed like a status thing, which leads me to my next point. Okay, so the whole thing with white privilege is, I feel like in America, it's grossly exaggerated. Like, yes, it does exist to a certain extent. I don't really want to get into it too much, but I feel like, I don't know. I don't want to get canceled, but I feel like it exists. It is grossly over-exaggerated in the U.S., so it's kind of made me jaded to the idea of, like, oh, yeah, fucking white privilege. Yeah, like, shut the fuck up. And then I come to India, you know, Iraq, like, different parts of the world, and you actually see for yourself, like, dude, it is so real here. Like, so if you watch the video with Guftar and his uncle, and I went to their compound, and they gave me the royal treatment, like, I've never seen people be treated better than tourists than Guftar's family was. Like, they treat him so well, and then his family treated me so fucking well. So it was like, I just ascended the social ladder like so fucking fast. And like, there's a caste system in India, Pakistan. They say it doesn't exist anymore, but I have a feeling that it does, because what I saw was like a clear delineation between like lower caste and upper class. We were the upper class, obviously, like nice house, new car, all kinds of cologne, new fucking watches and jewelry and shit. And then the people taking care of him were obviously not in the same stratosphere. It just makes sense. But like, one thing that made me feel real uncomfortable was we were sitting with his uncle and being like waited on hand and foot, dude. Like, there's this guy that followed us around. He was like Guftar's right-hand man, and he was just there. Like, he was just always kind of there, like waiting in the corner to be beckoned, to be called. And so like we're sitting on these like nice chairs, like having a nice meeting with his uncle, blah, blah, blah. Like, I felt like royalty, like getting the royal treatment. And I look over, and then like the servants are all like sitting behind a wall on the ground. It was like almost like a cartoon. Like they were like peeking behind the wall to like make sure it was okay for them to be there and like make sure if we needed anything or whatever. It just made me feel highly uncomfortable, man, because I had just crazy imposter syndrome at that point, because I didn't earn that in any way. Like, I just happened to be born in the US, and they're giving me this like royal treatment with like some of the most upper class people in the entire country. And it's just because I happen to be American, I happen to be white. Like, I can't imagine they would give me the same treatment if I was like Mexican American or like black, or it just felt fucked, dude. It made me feel really gross, like being in that situation where I'm like, clearly this is white privilege going on. Like, and I just felt gross, dude. I was like, I just obviously like grateful for the experience and everything, but it just felt wrong, man. Like these kids are like working their ass off to serve us, and for what? Like, I didn't inherit this money. I'm not part of this family. I'm not even Pakistani. Like, you're just giving me this. You're just talking about it. I feel fucking gross, honestly. But it definitely like enlightened me to the fact that, okay, white privilege is definitely a thing. Definitely more so in India, Pakistan than it is in the US. Yeah, I did not feel comfortable, dude. And just, yeah, like the overall level of wealth that I experienced with Ahmed and Guftar, it just made me feel weird, dude. Like, it kind of like reinforced the idea that like, I like more shit like this. Like, I'll gladly complain about the pollution. I'll gladly like get ripped off a few times a day to like have a more authentic and like down to earth local experience, and like be completely fucking removed from reality and like consequences and like, I don't know, dude. I really want you guys to watch the video and let me know what you think in the comments, because that day I just felt very weird. All right, we're still going. We're fucking trucking. So yeah, the next move is I'm going to fly home for Christmas. I'm going to take like 3 weeks and go home and fucking chill, dude. I'm so burnt out on traveling. I just need to like relax. I just need to relax for a few days and just like not make any plans. Jesus Christ. I've been full send since Ukraine. The last 4 months have just been absurd as far as like the pace of everything. So I'm ready to just fucking kick it, bro. Oh yeah, obviously came back to India. And then from here, I'm going to go to, well, I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to go, but we're not going to take flights for a little while. So I'm excited to see where that takes us. So I'm flying home, right? I have a layover in London for 2 days. So I need a couch to stay on for 2 days. And there's a website called Couchsurfing. If you guys haven't heard of it, it allows you to stay for free on strangers' couches all over the world. You have to make a profile. It's like verified host, whatever. You send an application. I don't want to say it's legit because I've had some very shady experiences on Couchsurfing, but if you do your research, it's not half bad, okay? So I'm on the website. I'm sending all these applications in London. I sent 21 fucking applications, dude. I spent like 2 hours just crafting all these unique applications, sending them out to people, right? No one gets back to me within a few hours, and then I start getting all of these denials. Like one guy denies me, another guy denies me, another guy denies me, and then one guy gets back to me, and he's like, yeah, you can come stay. Yeah, feel free. You can stay for one night. I'm like, okay, cool. Great. Thank you so much. It turns out he's a fucking nudist, dude. He's a nudist. He's going to be a naked guy walking around the apartment. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, the only guy that approved me is fucking naked. Like, does he want to fuck me? Dude, I've had some weird experiences on Couchsurfing, man, like with gay men. Like, there's being very pushy, not respecting boundaries, like inappropriate touching. Like, be really careful on Couchsurfing, guys. Yeah, honestly, I can't rightfully recommend you use it. It is a risky website, but because of shit like this, like fucking gay guys like wanting to walk around naked. Like, obviously they're trying to fuck, dude, right? Or is that just me? Obviously they're trying to fuck. It's just, fuck, dude. It's just annoying. Like, I go from Pakistan, India, where like people are so willing and ready to offer their couch to you, offer everything to you, and then I'm like, apply to a few places in London. Actually, not a few, fucking 21. I applied to 21 places and no one says yes. And the only guy that says yes is going to be naked. It's just like, god damn, dude. Welcome back to the Western world. But it's only going to be for a few days. And then I'm going to fly back to India. And then we're going to keep cooking east, bro. I hope to be in Japan within the next few months, dude. Like, this is the last leg, baby. So thank you guys so much for watching this far in the video. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, sharing the videos, for just supporting your boy, man. Because honestly, like, I thought the channel was going to be a lot bigger by now. It's fine. You know what I mean? It's totally fine. I'm doing it for the love of the game. I'm doing it to share the world with you guys. And I'm just doing it because I fucking love it. But there have been a few days where it's like, it's been a bit tough, man, to like find the motivation, to like find the will to keep going. So I really fucking appreciate you guys watching. While the channel is still so small, like, I really appreciate like all the support you can give, man. So it really, really means a lot to me, dude. Like, just knowing that like people are watching this and like they actually care what I'm doing. And yeah, so really thank you guys so much. Well, that's it from India. Take one last look at the filth. One last listening of the horns. Take it in, guys. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.